You know that feeling. You walk away from a conversation with a girl, and your brain immediately opens a tribunal. Was that flirting? Was she being friendly? Did I just imagine the whole thing because she smiled at me twice? Most guys have been there, and the problem isn't that men are stupid. The problem is that we're trained to look for obvious, unmistakable signs. We look for neon lights, direct statements, clear invitations. But a lot of women communicate interest in a different language. Subtle signals, soft openings, small tests. Not because they're playing games, but because subtlety is safer. It protects them from embarrassment, from misreading a situation, from unwanted intensity, and from guys who can't handle no with maturity. So if you want an edge in dating, especially in a world where everyone is cautious and everyone is evaluating, you need to learn how attraction actually shows up in the real world. This video is about 7 signs she's into you that most men miss. No corny myths, no alpha nonsense, no overhyped body language tricks. Just real cues backed by basic psychology and social behavior. And before we start, here's the rule. 1 sign can be coincidence. 2 signs might be a chemistry. 3 or more consistently across the time. Now you're not guessing. You're reading the room. Let's get into it. Sign number 1. She holds eye contact just a little too long. Not a horror movie stare. Not a forced, uncomfortable lock-in. I'm talking about that moment where she looks at you, holds it for a second longer than normal, and then breaks it with a small smile, a smirk, or a calm look away, like she didn't just leave a signal on your front porch. That extra beat matters. Eye contact is one of the fastest ways humans build connection. It's attention, it's recognition, it's a tiny moment of intimacy. When someone holds eye contact longer than the social default, they're communicating comfort and interest. And if it repeats, if she keeps checking in with your eyes during the conversation, that's not random. Here's the part most men miss. It's not just the eye contact, it's the rhythm. Does she glance away immediately, every time? That's neutral or shy. Does she hold it and soften her face? That's warmth. Does she hold it and smile with her eyes? That's flirting. Does she hold it, then look down, then back up again? That's often attraction with a little self-consciousness. The key is repetition. 1 long look could be nothing. Multiple long looks across the conversation is usually a signal. I'm tuned into you. Sign number 2. She mirrors you without realizing it. You lean back. She leans back. You slow down your speaking pace. She matches it. You pick up your drink. She picks up hers shortly after. You laugh a certain way. She starts laughing the same. That's mirroring. And no, it's not magic. It's social alignment. Humans unconsciously synchronize with people they feel connected to. It's one of the body's ways of saying, this is safe, this is familiar, I'm with this person. If she's mirroring you, your posture, gestures, tone, pace, she's subconsciously trying to match your energy. In other words, she's not just in the same room as you, she's in sync with you. What makes this powerful is that mirroring is hard to fake consistently. People can force a laugh. They can force a compliment. They can even force flirting. But mirroring tends to happen when your nervous system actually likes what it's experiencing. It's the difference between I'm being polite and I'm locked in. Look for patterns, not moments. If you see mirroring happen again and again, the vibe is real. Sign number 3. She grooms herself while talking to you. Let's clean this up because the internet has destroyed this one. Not every time a woman touches her hair means she's attracted to you. Sometimes her scalp itches. Sometimes she's nervous. Sometimes she just has hair, but if she repeatedly fixes her hair, adjusts her necklace, smooths her top, checks her lip gloss, straightens her posture, or lightly touches her neck while you're talking, especially when she's engaged and focused on you, this often counts as grooming behavior. Grooming is a subconscious self presentation response. It's your brain's way of saying, I care how I'm coming across right now. Men do it too, by the way. We adjust our shirt, fix our watch, stand taller, tighten our jawline, check our hairline, square our shoulders, lower our voice. We just pretend we don't. When she's attracted, she becomes more aware of how she's being seen. She might not be thinking, I need to look attractive. She's simply responding to the moment. The most reliable version of this sign is the combination grooming plus eye contact plus engagement. If all three are there, it's rarely meaningless. Sign number 4, her voice changes when she talks to you. This one is underrated because most guys are listening to words, not tone. Pay attention. Does her voice become softer, warmer, or more playful with you compared to how she speaks to other people? A lot of people shift their vocal tone around someone they're attracted to. It's not always deliberate. It's part of how we shape intimacy. A softer voice creates a more private bubble inside a public space. It's an invitation to lean in. Sometimes the shift is subtle. She slows down. She adds warmth. She laughs more easily. She becomes more expressive. She speaks as if she's sharing something just with you. Other times it's the opposite. She gets slightly louder, more animated, more energized. That can also be attraction, especially if she's trying to impress you or keep your attention. The key isn't which direction the change goes. The key is that she becomes different with you. If she talks to everyone else, like it's a group chat, but with you it becomes a more personal channel, that's a sign. Sign number 5, accidental touch that doesn't feel accidental. Physical contact is one of the clearest tests because touch is risk. If a woman doesn't feel comfortable with you, she tends to protect her space. If she's interested, she'll often find small reasons to close distance and test your reaction. Common examples: she brushes your forearm when she laughs. She taps your shoulder to emphasize a point. She lightly bumps you with her hip when standing next to you. She sits close even when there's space. She finds reasons to hand you something instead of leaving it on the table. These touches are rarely random. They are micro tests. Are you comfortable with me? Do you handle this calmly? Do you get weird? Do you get aggressive? Do you respect the moment? Here's how men mess this up. They either freeze and act awkward, or they escalate too hard too fast. The winning move is simple. Stay relaxed, acknowledge it naturally, and maintain the vibe. If she touches your arm and you don't recoil, and you don't pounce, you communicate something powerful: emotional control. And emotional control is attractive. Touch is a language. She's speaking. Your job is to listen, not to shout back. Sign number 6. She remembers small details you didn't think mattered. This is one of the strongest signs because attention is the real currency. If she remembers that you mentioned something a week ago, your job interview, your favorite food, your dog's name, the city you grew up in, the fact you hate olives, the book you said you were reading, that's not good memory. That's an investment. People remember what they care about. They remember what they replay. They remember what they assign meaning to. When a woman is interested, she collects information, not like an investigator, but like someone building a mental profile. Who is he? What matters to him? What's his life like? How does he think? Is he consistent? Is he safe? Is he worth my time? If she brings up details unprompted, it often means you stayed on her mind after the conversation ended. And if you want to handle this like a man, don't act shocked like you remembered that. Just reward it with calm appreciation. You pay attention. I respect that. That frames you as confident, not surprised. Sign number 7. Her friends already know about you. This is the final boss. If you meet her friends and they already know your name, or what you do, or that story you told, or that joke you made that had her laughing, she's been talking about you. Women don't brief the squad on every random guy they speak to. If she's bringing you up, you're not a passing moment. You're a topic. And it usually means one of two things. She's excited and wants social confirmation. She's already mentally placing you into her world. Either way, it's a strong signal of interest, and it can show up even if you haven't met her friends yet. Sometimes you'll notice it when her friend looks at you a certain way, smiles, or seems oddly familiar with you. That's not coincidence. That's pre-information. The smart move here is not to perform. Don't try to impress the friends. Don't force jokes. Don't become a different version of yourself. Be calm. Be respectful. Be consistent. A man who stays centered in social pressure reads as high value without trying. The truth most men need to hear. Attraction isn't always loud. It's often measured. Women rarely throw obvious signals first, because obvious signals can attract the wrong type of man. So many women test quietly, and your job is not to interrogate every sign like you're cracking a code. Your job is to notice patterns and respond with calm confidence. Because here's the bigger point. You don't need certainty. You need direction. If you see multiple signs consistently, you don't need to ask, does she like me? You need to ask, what's the next clean step? And the next clean step is usually simple. Hold eye contact back. Keep the conversation going. Move the interaction forward. Suggest a time to meet. Be direct without being intense. For example, I like talking to you. Let's grab a coffee this week. Not a monologue, not a confession, not a speech, a grounded invitation. If she's into you, she'll make it easy. If she's not, you'll get clarity without wasting weeks in limbo. That's masculine dating done right. Calm initiative, clear direction, emotional control. Quick warning, don't confuse attraction with politeness. A woman can be friendly without being interested. So here's what separates the two. Politeness is consistent with everyone. Attraction is selective and personal. If she gives you the same energy she gives everyone else, that's just her personality. If she changes around you, more eye contact, more proximity, more attention, more softness, now it's personal. Also, don't ignore context. If she's working, being paid to be nice, or trapped in an interaction, be respectful. Real attraction shows up when she has freedom, when she chooses to stay, when she could leave but doesn't. One of these signs can be nothing. 2 signs means pay attention. 3 signs means there's something there. 4 or more consistently means stop overthinking and start leading. If you've missed signs like this before, you're not alone. Most guys have. The point is not to feel stupid. The point is to get sharper. Drop a comment if you've ever had the "was that flirting" moment. And if you've got a sign you've noticed that most men miss, add it. The best advice comes from experience, not theory. If you want more videos like this, psychology-backed dating clarity, social skills, and how to move like a calm, confident man in modern dating, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.